Hello and welcome back to another attempt at doing a YouTube channel. Hi, my name is Julie. I also go by Plumbobulous. Right now you're seeing me pick out my character for this new Let's Play with Stardew Valley. All of this is pre-recorded and then I am voice recording over top of it because I find that means I will play more of the game, as my preferred method of playing the game is while watching a Let's Play. So, at any rate, this is Stardew Valley expanded version, which basically means we have Stardew Valley, but we also have a bunch of other fun stuff with the Stardew Valley expanded mod. There's a few other mods. Those will be switcherooed around a little bit as I am trying to figure out what kind of aesthetic I like the best in this. But yeah, so right now I'm kind of picking out the different colors. I went for a green vibe this time. A lot of the time I go for a purple vibe. Nothing wrong with that. I was just kind of feeling the green. And then I named my character. Can't even see what I named her. Because, you know, you just kind of name the character and then you move on with your life. Oh yeah, I did a spider theme this time. There's no real reason for it. I don't even like spiders that much. Just going through the options. I keep everything basic except for the fact that it's a modded version, because my really big goal with this is to just finish the game. So, hello day one. We get our parsnips. I'm gonna do the pretty standard thing that I do, which is come out, clear some land. You'll see me doing this in a sped up rapid version. Gonna clear out some land. And this will just be so that I can get as many parsnips as possible. I think the total is 40 or something. Yeah, I think you can get up like 40 parsnips with the starting out money, plus the parsnips you're given. It's something like that. Don't ask me to do math. I'm not a math person. I'm an English teacher. So you see me carving out enough land. Turns out it will not be enough land, but I don't realize that until after I go and grab my parsnips from Pierre's, which is fine. You know, life goes on. Now we are watering everything. I don't know when I started doing this, but I really like to have everything watered before I put the seeds in the ground initially. I think it makes it easier to see what has been watered, or I automatically know what's been watered. Now we're going into town to Pierre's. As you can see, this is kind of cut and pasted, very much so. I wanted to get to the nitty-gritty, the most important stuff that I'll be doing, because otherwise I'm a very slow player. I really take my time and I kind of waffle around a lot of the time. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not always the most interesting thing to watch. While I was in town, I decided to go check out Gunther's. This book was giving me some trouble. I was like, what the heck? Eventually got it to work, no big deal. After that, I'm fairly certain at this point. Oh, this is when I'm saying hello to some people. With the expanded version, you get more people to meet. So instead of like 20 something, it's 31 people you need to say hello to. And you will see me struggling with this for most of the episode. Typically meeting everyone is not something I struggle with, but for whatever reason, I really struggled with it this playthrough, or the start of this playthrough. I'm getting all my parsnips. That's when I realized I don't have enough space, but I kind of cut that part out. After that, I'm using my extra energy to start clearing out more of the farm. This is a custom farm. It's Grandpa's farm. It comes with Stardew Valley Expanded. I really, really like it. You won't get to see the whole thing yet because when I first start playing the game, I do not focus so much on clearing every single thing because there's so much stuff to do that I don't want to waste my time. So I'm very much a gradual clearer outer of space. Totally fine. It just means you won't see the whole farm yet, but that's okay. Here I've created my first chest, which is a must. I will eventually have a bajillion chests because I like to keep everything super organized. Now I'm just going around and doing some foraging. I don't know why I didn't realize this in the past, but it took me watching someone else's playthrough to realize, oh yeah, foraging doesn't take any energy. You can do that on day one if you run out of energy. Here you see me continuing my quest to befriend every single person. I met Andy. His story is so sad to me because he is so hardcore Joja, and it's really just screwing him up. It's really emotional. And here we are back on the farm. We're gonna drop some stuff off, and then I'm pretty sure we're going to bed. Yeah, it's bedtime. And that brings us to the end of day 1. I would say it was a pretty decent day. Nothing too exciting happened, and now we're on to day 2. Huzzah! Thankfully, day 3 of spring is always rainy day, so we have that to look forward to and not having to deal with stuff. And day 2 was always a fishing day for me. I love the fishing minigame. I don't know what it is about it, but fishing is typically the skill that I get to level 10 with first. Not because I'm trying to get to any skill necessarily first, I just really enjoy fishing, so fishing is usually it for me. Going through and watering all my crops, realizing that I had one less than option for water, or like one less spot in my watering can than crops, was very annoying. Here we see my beginning fishing journey. I really love how they kind of make it near impossible to not catch your first fish, and then from then on it is a nightmare with the training rod initially in level 1. But you know, we did okay. I got a fair amount of fish, but instead of just sticking around the entire day and only fishing, I do a lot of like alternating back and forth. I fish in a couple of different spots, as you'll see. Oh, and I got my first treasure chest, which gave us 6 geodes, which is pretty good, I would say, for a treasure chest. We're always hoping for the dinosaur egg, but if we can't get the dinosaur egg, 6 geodes, not bad. Here we are selling a couple of fish. Not all of the fish, you'll notice, because some of these fish are very important for the community center, and I am not about not having them. Of course, we can't turn anything in yet because we do not have access to the community center, but that doesn't mean we can't start saving everything. And here we are dropping all of this stuff off. We still have a decent amount of energy, so at this point, if I remember correctly, I'm thinking, okay, what are we going to do with the rest of our day? I thought about going and getting the geodes cracked, but I decided that was not it because we don't have that much money. Meeting Abigail. This is where we're doing some more meet and greeting, going over to Joja, checking out the people who are there. One thing I really like about Stardew Valley Expanded is how they add personality and just like human quality, like a human quality to Joja, because even in real life, when you have a corporate thing, the people who work there are still people, and they shouldn't be, you know, villainized necessarily because they have a job that they need. Here we are doing some river fishing. I catch a couple different varieties, which is pretty nice. Again, and like I was kind of saying earlier, my goal really with this Let's Play is to just finish the game, because I am really bad at finishing video games. I love playing them. I really love starting them. There's nothing quite like that kind of serotonin boost of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start this new game and I'm gonna do this, and it's great, but I'd like to actually, you know, even just get to year 3, because I don't even think I've gotten to year 3 ever. I've never actually seen the scene with Grandpa, and it feels kind of ridiculous because I know so much about the game and I really love the game. I love watching the game. It's like, well, why haven't I gotten to this point? Well, the reason is because attention span and all that stuff. There you saw me looking like, okay, how many people do I have left? And trying to figure out who I need. Not Sam. I had already met Sam at this point. Whoops. But yeah, so that's kind of the goal here, and it's why I'm choosing to go maybe the more complicated editing route of doing a voiceover for episodes rather than just recording as I go, because I find it very taxing to talk while playing. It kind of screws with my concentration. I'm more likely to make mistakes, and it's just not as fun. So this is more fun for me. I enjoy it more, and it just doesn't take as much of my brain power. It is now evening, and we're doing some more fishing, which it's okay. It's not the best fishing experience that I have, but it's all right. Certainly be worse. And this is basically what we'll do until the end of day 2. We gotta drop stuff off. I think I do sell 1 fish. I love to organize my chests, make sure everything's good to go. And before I sleep, I also like to, you know, make sure I have everything that I'll need for the next day, given like the slot space and whatnot. I also had a little bit of extra energy, so I was like, well, I might as well just go through and clean up a few more spots on the farm. And then it is once again time for bed. I'm just standing there. There we go. And that's the end of day 2. We level up fishing. We level up foraging, which is always good because then we can get those spring seeds. And we got a little bit of money from that one little tiny fish, but nothing extreme. And then it becomes day 3. Hooray. Now, for day 3, it is raining. If I remember correctly, we did not have good luck, but that's okay. We are meeting Clint because we got some ore in a fishing treasure chest the day before, so our challenge is to make a furnace, which I do not believe I do yet, but I will do at some point. And my plan is to, again, fish today. Now, whether or not this plan is actualized, it is for the most part. The plan kind of devolves into, yes, fishing, but also trying to meet everybody, because the sooner I get those initial quests done, the better I feel, and it feels like, okay, now I'm really into the game, and now we're really playing, and it feels better to me. So we see me fishing, getting some more of those lake fish where I had not had the chance to get them the day before. Honestly, the fishing so far for this save has been pretty good. Saying hello to Robin, saying hello to Demetrius. I don't think, I can't meet Sebastian yet because this man will not leave his bedroom, but I do eventually manage to catch him. Here I'm just kind of going through, all right, who do I need to meet, who's nearby, who do I know their schedule? So I meet Linus, who is the best, love him. And then I head into town, I meet Harvey, I check out the offerings at the clinic. I never buy stuff at the clinic, and I feel like I should, just so that I'm kind of using all of the materials in the game, but I don't. After that, we are heading back to the beach to do, again, some more fishing, because there are fish that you can only get when it's raining at all 3 of the locations. So I'm figuring maybe I can try to get some fish here. I got the fisherman, I think, something achievement. So that was pretty exciting. And it's just like basically fishing up, what was it, like 50 or something? Something like that. Ooh, okay, and we're getting this fish. Honestly, again, like the fishing was pretty good. Rain kind of, oh, this was the eel, that's right. I caught an eel and I was amazed because typically I have a harder time with them, especially so early on, but I got the eel. I think I actually caught 2 of them because I ended up selling one and then I kept one for the community center, but I was just like, this is making my life so much easier. Here I am planting some rice that I got in another fishing chest. Again, what a deal. I love rice because as long as you have some kind of water source, they are so easy and you just plant them and you leave them and then it's all good. I'm doing a little bit more land clearing because, again, there's not a ton that you can do in early game, especially before your parsnips grow and you can sell them and have a lot more money to work with. So with extra energy at the end of as days come to a close, I do a lot of land clearing, and that's kind of when that happens, versus dedicating an entire day. I do a little bit every day. And then it's the end of day 3. We go up a level in fishing, which is pretty nice. Are we gonna click OK? Are we gonna do that? Eventually, yes, there we go. And then it becomes day 4 of spring. Just to clarify, I do 6 days in this, so we'll see me play the first 6 days. We get the Hat Mouse letter as well as another letter. I think that one was the one from Pierre about the expanded inventory. I really try not to buy inventory, like the expansions, too quick because it feels almost cheaty. Like, obviously it's part of the game, it's not cheating. And I'd forgotten that Pierre's didn't open till 9. So I went on a trash looking in spree, did some fishing at the beach. But yeah, I feels almost as if getting the highest level of expansion for the backpack too early makes everything feel a little too easy. And like obviously Stardew is meant to be a cozy, relaxing game, so it should be easy in many respects. Like it's not meant to be super difficult or anything like that. But I kind of like having to earn it, and I also like balancing my purchases so it's not just like I'm spending all of my money up front to get the well, here I am processing those geodes that I caught, because I have not been to the mine yet at this point. Like I will go to the mine soon, but I have not been there yet at this point. But I like having to wait and work for the extended backpack. I'll get it by the time I'm going to the Calico Desert, because I think it's just insane to go to the Skull Caverns without that big backpack. But yeah, as of how far I've played so far, I only have the first upgrade, not the second upgrade. Turned in some stuff at the museum, and now I'm chatting with Lewis, complaining to him about why won't everyone just stay in one spot so I can meet them. Here I'm at like 29 out of 31 people. I know one of them is Sebastian, but I still haven't figured out who the other one is. And this is just, again, a real challenge for me for some reason. And maybe it's because when I was initially playing this, I felt very scattered, and I was like, I don't really know how this is going to work, but I'm just gonna make it work, I guess. We're gonna figure it out. Catching some more fish. Here's where I finally get Sebastian, and he's an asshole to me, but it's fine because we love him. We love the dark and broody. Here I am sorting some stuff out. I think this might be where I start making some spring seeds, but it could also be the next day. Trying to figure out what to sell here. Yes. Very important considerations. Trying to figure that situation out. Yep, selling those two. That Dulce seaweed is... It's nice because it sells for like a decent amount, but it's kind of annoying because it doesn't work the way the other seaweed does, where you just catch it. Like you have to play a mini game to get it, but the mini game is just not clicking because it sits at the bottom the entire time. So the number of times where I like trigger happy click when I shouldn't, because I'll get a higher level of it, it's very annoying. Here you can see me clearing out some more space so that I can easily get through that path up to the top, and that will make going to the mines a lot easier. After which point, let's see, oh, and I go to bed again, and we are heading into day 5 of spring. Dun dun dun. This is the day when I get my kitty cat. This is the best day. It's so exciting. I love getting a cat. It really just makes it so good. As you'll notice, there are some decorations and whatnot outside of my house that are seasonal. Those come from Stardew Valley Expanded, like seasonal decor. I end up taking that out because I prefer having a more neutral aesthetic to things, like to like the grass and the land and the trees and stuff in that mod conflicts with any of like the lighting mods and stuff. So I ended up being like, I would rather have things that are not quite so bright than the decoration. Here I'm looking at my new options for my mission, what I gotta make and what I gotta do. And then I'm going to Pierre's because, hello, I have had my first parsnip harvest, which means I have money. I'm gonna buy mostly potato seeds as well as some cauliflower, bean starters, excuse me, and some parsnip seeds, just so that I make sure I have all of the community center crops with well enough time to actually grow them. Alrighty. And we are back and we are planting. Planting all of the things. Not really a lot of rhyme or reason here, but I did put the bean starters at the bottom because otherwise it's a pain in the butt to go through and actually water them. Here I am heading towards the mines because the mines are now open, so we're gonna check them out. I also really like mining. I mean, the farming is great. All of the crafting is fun, but I really like the mining as well as the fishing in this game so much. It's really fun. I make it down a few levels, but ultimately, if I remember correctly, I stop at level 8, so I get down to level 5 with the elevator, but after the fact, I'm pretty sure I end up stopping at level 8, unless that is a different day. That might be later, not yet. Spoiler warning. I get down to level 5 and then I'm like, get out of here. I go over to the Adventurers Guild. I really like the Adventurers Guild expansion in this mod. It gives it so much more life. It gives it a background that you can actually refer to, different like missions and all of that cool stuff. I just think it's really, really creative and special. And frankly, Stardew is one of those games where I was like, I don't really need to mod this. But whereas like with Sims without mods, sometimes it feels almost unplayable or it's more difficult to play in a satisfying way. Stardew is satisfying with or without mods, but the creativity that people possess and share in their creation of their mods and like what they add to the game are so cool, and they really do fit within the spirit of what Concerned Ape originally created Stardew for. So I really appreciate it a lot. Here I am making some more spaces for crops, and now I'm doing a little bit more clearing out. We are almost to the last day of of this particular episode, and we level up in farming so we can finally make that scarecrow. And I think there's one more level up maybe? Yes, and we level up in mining because we did a good chunk of mining that day. And now it's day 6. We have another letter. And this is our initiation. So it's a kill 10 slimes and then chat with me. Time to finish watering all of these crops. It takes forever. I can't wait till we have sprinklers. And yet, whenever I'm like, oh, I wish I had sprinklers, I don't really put a lot of energy towards making them initially because there are so many other things I would rather do first. Like you'll see me really prioritizing later on getting the axe and the pickaxe upgraded because that just makes my life easier. As well as when we get the recipe, lightning rods and tappers and all that stuff. We got the community center cutscene. I skipped through that because I've seen it a million times, and now here we are checking out the community center because once we do this, we're gonna get the invitation to come and meet the wizard, and I'm fairly certain that will be our last person. I don't think the wizard is a person in the base game. No, he's not. But because in Stardew Valley Expanded, he is one of the romance options, I think they've included him as a person. Here I am donating that quartz, and then I'm gonna grab, oh yeah, I cut it out, but I'm grabbing my reward, which is 9 cauliflower seeds. So I'm planting those in a 3x3 with the hope to get a giant crop. I have never gotten a giant crop in this game, but if I could get one, I would be so happy. We're reaching the end of the video, so we're gonna close up with some mining, and that's really gonna be the wrap on it for day 6. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope the format was, interesting enough, kept us engaged. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!